Bernice Abbott was born July 17, 1898, in Springfield, Ohio. In 1918, she moved to New York to study sculpture. There, she met photographer Man Ray, with whom she apprenticed with in Europe. Bernice's first photographs were portraits of many types of artists. Her images were unique for that time in that she allowed the personality of the person she was photographing to come out in the image, especially in women. While in Paris, Bernice was introduced to photographer Eugene Aguet. This style of photography influenced Abbott to shift away from portraits and to focus more on documentary photography. Bernice returned to New York and chose the city to be the focus of her documentary. She concentrated on the transformation into urban life by capturing the life of the city. The skyscrapers replacing old buildings and the changes of the neighborhoods. The images taken of the evolving city showed an objectivity and impassioned realism that was a key part of her photographs. Bernice Abbott's photographs in New York were first exhibited in the Museum of Modern Art and the Museum of the City of New York. Between 1935 and 1939, the means to support her project came from the Federal Arts Project, which was part of the Federal Works Initiative. After 10 years of capturing New York life, Abbott published her photography documentary, Changing New York. In 1940, Bernice expanded her portfolio by becoming the picture editor for Science Illustrated and taking photos of scientific images. This image is a great example of Abbott's work having strong angles and contrasts. The contrasting black and white, with emphasis between the ledge and the tower as a whole, draws your eye upward to see the crisp edges and details of the building. Here again, we see the sharp contrast and defining clarity shown through the black and white. The angle of the lighting going downstairs accentuates the facial features of the man coming up. This image shares more emotion compared to the others. The skyscrapers in the distance make the men working feel isolated from others. The darker hues, along with the physical labor, lets the intensity of sweat and desire to work be felt post-war and during this depression. Bernice Abbott captured her images in the beginning using just a 35mm camera, but soon continued her work using an 18 by 24 cm camera. This camera consisted of a tripod and black cloth weighing 66 pounds. However, despite the inconvenience of the camera, her black and white images are inspiring. They are very straightforward and have strong angles and contrasts. Her images are significant because as she says in her own words, photography fits in with the speed of our time. It's a realistic medium appropriate to a realistic and scientific age. Her work shows awareness of the life for Americans after war, and it's interesting because she leaves out most of the effects of the Depression.